Hello, my name is Emilie Pray, and I am a third-year geology major at Michigan Tech. Today I will be presenting my research on the exhumation history of the Bell Creek Batholith. A batholith is a large frozen magma reservoir, and the Bell Creek Batholith is found in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, specifically near Marquette. This batholith is particularly interesting because of its age. It is understood to contain rocks from as early as about 2.6 billion to about 1 billion years ago. Bell Creek Batholith contains granitoids and mafic intrusions. As you can see within this photograph, you can see both the granitoids and the darker mafic rocks intruding. My research is focused on the mafic intrusions within this rock body. Within this large span of time, the rocks within the batholith formed. Multiple tectonic events occurred that affected the region. These events can be categorized into compressional events, such as the Pinocchian orogeny, and extensional events, such as the mid-continent rift. As these events occurred, they produced mafic magmas, which intruded the batholith as it was exhumed towards the surface. These mafic intrusions captured the conditions of the crust when the batholith first formed and during each major tectonic event. Our understanding of rocks as old as these is limited because not only the conditions within the crust were different, but also these major tectonic events changed the rocks, making them more difficult to interpret. However, we can use the mafic rocks to determine the crustal evolution as the batholith exhumed, since each intrusion records the conditions of the crust at that point of exhumation. From my samples, I found that 6 geochemical groups of mafic intrusions existed within the batholith. These are 2 examples of some diagrams I plotted. As you can see, these groups stayed consistent even though they were plotted with different elements. These 6 groups should represent the formation of the batholith and the major tectonic events that occurred as it was being exhumed. Some of these geochemical groups should also represent mixing. In the field, multiple contacts between the granitoids and mafic intrusions existed, and some evidence of mixing. These photographs are examples of some of the contacts that can be found in the field. Mixing occurred while the batholith was still an active magma reservoir, as 2 liquid magmas mixed. But mafic magmas also interacted with the batholith after it had already frozen, producing a different contact. The chemistry of the mineral amphibole captures the pressure and temperature conditions of the crust when each crystal formed. Using amphibole chemistry data within an amphibole geothermobarometer, the preliminary data shows us that the batholith is exhumed from a depth of about 12 kilometers. We know that each mafic intrusion that exists within the Bell Creek Batholith recorded the conditions of the crust at formation and each tectonic event. The amphibole chemistry data produced temperatures and pressures which tell us the batholith was exhumed from a depth of about 12 kilometers. However, this preliminary data also suggests that this may not have been a straight exhumation from depth to the near surface. It may have occurred in staggered steps. 1.5 billion years of record produces a lot of variability. Going forward, ages of these samples are needed along with additional amphibole geochemistry. These together will produce an exhumation rate of the Bell Creek Batholith and help us develop a better understanding of the batholith's history. I would like to thank Michigan Technological University for funding my research through the Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship.